All right, we're here with Jessica. Jessica is currently struggling with fentanyl and meth. She was born in Loma Linda, California, and she currently lives in the tunnels of Las Vegas, but obviously we've moved away from that location. And can you start off with describing how the tunnels work and if it's safe, how safe is it, and how do you survive out there?
It's a completely different, it's a different world. It's like the movie kind of Underworld. It's a completely different world in the tunnels. And people, it's funny because they're like, oh my God, it is true. Because they've done, documentaries and stuff in them. Right now, it's extremely dangerous. And that's where homeless people go, is because it's summertime, it stays cool down there.
Yeah.
But it's like I said, another world down there. There is commanders down there, like how we have up here, as I said, weird, as a president, you know what I mean? Like you if you don't have the okay, you can't be anyone on the street and just walk down to the wash and go in the tunnels and be and not expect to get your ass whooped, dead, or taken for if you are not allowed to be there at all. You have to be like voted in, and there's 60 of them that have to okay that, commanders that got to, and you got to get every single one approval before you can even be down in there and go in there. You
said it's dangerous for women right now?
Yeah. They
What's
just found three more girls dead down there, and foul play was involved with them.
Dead?
They're working girls.
They were dead?
Yeah, dead.
Okay.
They were dead.
Okay. So you live in the tunnels, and then do you also live in hotels sometimes?
Yes.
Okay. And you are also...
This is the longest I've been out of the tunnels right now. Usually I'm in them. I would only come out to go to the store and for work, and that's it. Okay.
And you also work on the streets here, right?
Yes.
As a prostitute? Okay. Let's take it back to Loma Linda. Actually, I know that city very well. It's a very religious city, and a very safe city, and also one of the best hospitals in the country, if I'm not mistaken, is in Loma Linda University Medical Center. My dad actually passed away there a few years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did a great job with him though. And I think the first baboon heart transplant was done there.
Something I heard that.
Yeah. Anyway, so describe Loma Linda. How was life over there?
I liked it. My grandmother lived there, and I remember, I don't remember a lot, but I remember us always going to the donut shop.
Yeah.
Out there, and they kept me very sheltered in the house.
Yeah.
Very much sheltered.
The donut shop on what street was it on? Because I probably hung out there.
You probably did. Where the only market was, right there.
Okay.
Was it Vaughn's? Safeway?
Hey, Safeway or something.
Safeway.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. And then, we weren't there that long.
Okay.
And then we moved. The longest I think we ever lived in a city was Fairfield in Northern California.
Okay. Before we go on, do we have permission to use this video on our YouTube channel?
Yes, you do.
All right. Where else did you live?
Okay.
In your childhood?
Fairfield, California.
Okay.
Lompoc. Santa Barbara, Santa Maria.
Wow.
Let's see here, Utah. All over Utah. I can name every city.
Why did you guys move around so much?
Dad was in the military special forces.
Oh, okay.
It was probably every 3 to 6 months. I literally had a mattress on the floor and a suitcase at the end of my bed, and that was it. And when it was time to go, it was just throw your shit in the suitcase and we're out of here to the next place.
Did you grow up with both parents?
Yes. Dad was a workaholic and an alcoholic.
Okay.
And so when he was home, it was literally fear for your life. You want to hide and not allowed to do anything, stay in your room, and drunk a lot. It wasn't the typical upbringing of a mom and dad. Even though they try and make it seem like that, it wasn't. Behind closed doors. It was not that picture at all.
Okay. And then your mom? What was she like?
My mom, great mom. Honestly, I can say issues, yes, but we had a very different relationship. When it came to anybody else, if it came to my friends, she treated them more. I think my mom had a lot of, I don't want to say hate because hate's such a strong word, but she did. I feel like she had a lot of hate towards me because she would tell me, I remind her of like my father, and she hated my dad. She hated my dad. She would tell me, if I don't divorce him, this whole reason why I asked her, you know what I mean, when I got older, why she divorced, she said, because either he would have killed you or you would have killed him. That's kind of nice to know, huh? At the age of like 11, 12, she's telling me this. So yeah, kind of just, not a whole mother.
Yeah.
It was like I was a mom and she was a child.
What? How many siblings do you have?
I have my little sister with the same dad. I got a half sister, and then there's 6 of us all together.
Oh, okay. Are you still keep in contact with any of them?
All of them do not. No, they don't agree. They don't agree with what my life, which is I don't get, because I've always been able to hold my addiction down and function as a regular. I mean, I just relapsed, but even at the end, before I relapsed and I was clean, even when I was using back then, I've always used off and on my whole life. Since I've been 11, 12, I've been able to hold it down.
So what kind of student were you in high school?
Actually, truancy, but when I did go to school, I would get, honestly, A's and B's. I would get really good grades. And I was just not a morning person because I would be out too much partying. So I would not want to go to school and then be too tired to go. And then to get into the drugs and then that gang thug lifestyle too.
Wait, which high school did you go to?
I went to alternative. I spent most of my juvenile in detention centers and group homes.
Oh, okay. Group homes? So
Yeah.
you were taken away from your parents?
My mom did not. She went in court with my truancy court, and she said that she wanted to sign rights over to the court. She didn't want me no more.
Just you?
Yeah, she did not. My mom literally has hate towards me. Like, my mom, I think my mom was jealous over me, and it's sad to say. Like, I love my mom to death, and I don't care. She can say every bad thing, but if she wasn't the person that she was and the mother that she was, I would have turned out to be, I can honestly say, a better mom than she was to me, because I saw that and said, if I have kids one day, I'm going to make sure I'm not like that.
When you were growing up, were you abused? I mean, you're mentally abused, and
Just,
what
yes.
about physically? What about sexually by anybody?
There was a family member on my mom's side, and one on my dad's side.
Okay. And they were molesting you?
Yeah.
What age was that?
I want to say around 6, 7.
How long did that go on for?
It went on till I was about 12.
And then how did it stop?
I went to a juvenile and saw in that juvenile place in Utah was a therapist that saw everybody, and I started working with a really good therapist for a lot of years, and that's where it kind of it stopped.
Okay, did the therapy help you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, with this one, yeah, not all of them. I went through them. So when I
Do you
found
think
one,
what happened back then is one of the reasons you use so much drugs?
Agree. Completely agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think you're
The
trying to
trauma and
mask
the
some of
pain.
the pain and
Yep.
trauma?
And it'll never it won't go away. I mean, they say it's a therapy type. No, it's not going away. It's always there. It's always there in the back of my mind, and pops up and stuff triggers it. And no, I mean, medication that the doctors give is going to code it, fix it.
Yeah.
Might helps it, ease it, just like, you know what I mean? The only difference between a drug on the street and a drug that a doctor gives is the government saying okay to it, and that's it.
Did you graduate high school?
I did.
Did you?
Yeah, I went to our alternative night school at the end, Valley High School in Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You graduated, then what did you do after that?
I was a mom already, so I took care. I was a stay-at-home mom for a couple years, and then I started working part-time at Walgreens. I always worked.
Oh, yeah. Why were you using?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was able to pay rent, use drugs, and work, and you would never know. You would never.
How many kids do you have?
I have 7.
7 kids from how many different dads?
2.
Oh, 2 dads?
Yep.
Do you still keep in contact with your kids?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, no.
You have a good relationship with your the fathers?
My first husband is deceased. He passed away. He was murdered out here in Vegas in 2017.
Oh,
and then second one's in prison.
So who's taking care of the kids?
Grandparents.
Your side?
His side.
Okay. And you have a good relationship with them?
Yeah, I do.
All right. Let's talk about working on the streets here. How long have you been doing that?
On and off since, I want to say, 15, 16.
15? When did you start that at?
Here in Vegas.
You started doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Mom knew about it, and Mom was okay with it.
She was okay with it?
Okay with it. As long as it brought in money, okay with it.
Why'd you have to bring money in? Didn't she support you?
No.
No. And you're doing drugs and working on the streets?
Yep.
Okay, do you remember your first client?
Yes, I do.
Who was it?
It was a black guy out in Vegas. I was a pimp.
Oh, okay.
And I remember very clear because he wanted to take me to LA, and he kept saying, and I was scared. I was like, where am I going? What's going on?
Yeah.
And all Mom wanted was money.
Okay, and your mom was okay with him taking you?
Yep, as long as she got money. But I got out of the car. We were actually in this area, down at the Motel 6.
Yeah.
And staying there. And when we got onto the entrance of the freeway, I actually jumped out of the back seat of the SUV.
You did?
Yeah, I did. I went to the hotel, and when I got into the room, I actually yelled at my mom. I was like, don't you ever, you know what I mean, ever agree to something like that again.
Yeah. So, Jessica, while you work on the streets here, have you ever been approached by While you work on the streets here, have you been approached by any celebrities or high-profile figures?
No, but law enforcement, if you want to kind of put that up there.
Law enforcement?
Yes.
Uses your services? Okay. How does that go down?
They will usually, they will contact you by, of course, being them, being in their uniform, being working, of course, and by the questions that they're asking you and the way they're touching you.
Okay.
And then when they feel like you're comfortable that with them a little bit, let down, some of them will just directly come right out and say it.
Yeah.
And
What'd they say?
how much?
Oh, okay.
Or I had one literally stand outside my bedroom window and tell me how good I look while I'm eating my food.
Your pancakes. No, I'm just kidding.
I was actually eating a turkey sandwich in my kitchen. Why the hell,
Why was the cop by the window?
That's what I would like to know. Even though I lived in the suites in Weekly, you know, and I was there, the longest too, over 3 years, paid my rent every Friday. Why in hell, I guess a cop was there for a domestic violence dispute of a neighbor's underneath me. I was on the middle floor. And I guess he was going around the neighbors asking if they heard anything. And but why the hell are you standing outside my bedroom window watching me eat? And then asked me how much I paid for my services. And asked if he could. And when I said no, he asked if he could take pictures of me. He would not let it go at all. And then his buddy jumped in, and then it would be nonstop harassment. Especially if you say no, you're gonna get harassed by them nonstop. And who's gonna say that they're at the wrong?
Yeah. So you've been with cops? Mm-hmm. Is that typical with a lot of girls?
Yeah. Okay. That's the norm. There was a guy that was like is really famous in the porn industry that a couple he has a couple of working females get with or whatever.
Okay.
But
interesting. So Jessica, do you suffer from any mental illnesses or
mental illness? I'm sure. I'm sure.
Diagnosed with anything?
Depression and just depression and stress. Or severely PTSD. Yep, and anxiety.
Were you diagnosed as a child, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you suffer any learning disabilities in school?
Yeah, learning disability.
Oh, you're special needs?
Yes, I rode a special bus.
Oh, no, bus. Okay. Did you have an IEP? Okay, so they modified your assignments. How did you like the special ed program?
I liked it.
Did you?
Yeah.
The teachers helped you out?
I only liked one or two that I've had. I would go through them.
What was your best subject?
I want to say history.
Okay.
History.
Now, do you have any other ailments? No? Won't you tell me earlier that you were You may have cancer.
Yeah, I do. I went in for my regular pap smear screening.
Okay. How long ago was that?
I was 21.
Okay.
And I was in Lompoc, California. And they, of course, everything was fine, you know, no STDs, none of that. But my screening came back abnormal. And they said, excuse me, that's normal. And I was going through, I just had an emergency, not miscarriage, but a tubal pregnancy. So they had to do an emergency, I'm trying to think of the name, I can't even think of the name, where they pulled the baby out of you. They vacuum it out of you.
Okay.
Like how girls do an abortion.
An abortion.
Yes, that they had to do it that way. So they said sometimes it's normal, it coming back abnormal, because of you just being pregnant, your hormones. You know, we just did surgery on you. That. In order for them to for sure find out, they had to put me back to sleep and get a biopsy of my cervix. And when they did that, it came back a full-blown cancer. It came back cancerous. They said that they needed to do emergency surgery that week. And if I let them do it, that they were for sure, it would be gone. It would be no cancer at all. So I signed the paperwork. In less than 2 days, I was in the operating room getting surgery. They had to stop. They removed one cervix. They couldn't remove the right one because I was hemorrhaging too much and I have a rare blood type. And they didn't have enough bags of blood for me. So they stopped it, but it spread. When they kept me open, the cancer cells spread it throughout my body. And so then it was that doing UV light treatment in Santa Barbara Cottage Hospital, and I did some chemo, and I've been blessed and this lucky this long. And then last year is when they gave me 6 to 8 months.
They did?
Yeah. I told them no more blood work, no more doctors, no more no more nothing. If this is the way that I'm gonna go, they can textbook it, but I look at it's up to God, and miracles do happen. And so I'm not gonna die. I don't want to die in a hospital. That's one of my biggest fear is to pass away in a hospital.
So you're stage 4 right now? Oh my, I'm so sorry.
I did a long battle. I did a long fight.
So you still go to treatment?
I don't want to do no more of that. You get tired of medicines, and I guess that's another thing why drugs help, because of the pain.
I get it.
And so it's like, instead of them shoving morphine and Percocets and you know what I mean, Vicodin down my throat, I learn what can help me with the pain, physical pain better. So
this is one of the other reasons you're using heavy.
Yeah. Not saying it's okay, but yeah.
You're going through a lot alone.
A lot.
Do you have friends and support out here?
I know a lot of people, but very, very little do I open up, like into that stuff, because I feel like if I do, I don't want people sad, or, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want no pity. I don't want, you know, like, I need support. I really do, and I don't have it. I don't have family. I feel like I have very, very little, because when it comes down to it on the street, all they want is I feel like to come up on me.
Now, you said something interesting earlier. You said that most of these girls have pimps or have had pimp before?
Yeah. All working females out here. We do have a pretty much someone, because they keep us safe or protected, you know what I mean, as much as they can, especially if something happens. But we all have to bust someone down in that. Not a lot of us are independent, or get to choose to be independent.
What is the attraction to a pimp?
That safety, that security of making sure you got your fix, making sure that you are sheltered, clothed, shower. So basically the stuff that that a regular everyday person takes for granted, we're promised security of that if we have that pimp.
Does a pimp have to be charismatic, good looking, sharp, dressed up? But aren't those the successful ones?
No.
You don't have to be charismatic. What is the qualifications for a good pimp or like a successful pimp?
Mainly when it comes down to it, having your fix, having your drugs.
Okay. If he's got the drugs, then the woman will be there for him. So then you had another interesting theory that you were talking to me about, that most of these guys on the streets, whether they're pimps or just regular drug addicts, they get these girls doped up.
Yes, yes.
And tell me more about that, and also tell me more about how you said they make the drugs really potent, so the girls would be stuck on them. Like, we're not gonna say this girl's name, but the girl that we were talking about earlier, the really young girl, she's so pretty and so much potential, but she's drugged up 24/7. And I've seen her drugged up. She's always sleepy, and her boyfriend's feeding her those drugs every day, and I see it.
And they keep them on them. We're not allowed, and if we are allowed to have them, we're only allowed, like, say we go and buy a 20 bag, right? A 20 sack. We're only allowed to have a portion of that. You know why? So we can go back to, the pimp or our boy, whatever's keeping us, and so they can check on us, so they can get our money from us and our stuff that we made and keep us in line, because they're not going to go out and hoe themselves, or that we have to do the work. They're lazy. They don't want to do that. That's an easy come up. I mean, some girls are making thousands of dollars, anywhere from $600 to $1,000 a client, and that's keeping them drugged up and them in the game and stuff. But them doping us up, then too, we're gonna keep wanting that one drug, and by putting that in there, we're only gonna keep going to that person or those two people, and they know by putting that in there, we're gonna keep going back.
So you got this good-looking guy, charismatic guy, and comes in at the guise of loving you, but he's actually trying to get you drugged up.
Yeah, it's not love. It's
not able to work or do anything.
Keeping us and
making you work on the streets.
Yeah, keeping us just all fucked up.
Have you been through a lot of those guys? You met a lot of those guys like that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Most guys are like that out here?
In Vegas, yep.
Yeah.
They're douchebags.
Yeah.
They're really douchebags. Anything they can grab and touch and treat you the way, treat you bad, because that's they figured how you've been treated in that.
What's the worst experience you had as a working girl?
Oh wow. Like, you name it, I've been through it. Watching, seeing a rape, being there with a rape, and then someone getting hurt. Yeah. I've been where people are overdosing or getting literally murdered, or I've seen a lot of intense shit out here.
You ever had a good experience with a trick? Like, did they take care of you maybe, or maybe they didn't want sex with you?
Spoiled, yeah, where they treat you how you want to be treated. Yeah. Kind of like
you ever had one that didn't want to have sex with you, just wanted to hang out with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Did that last for a while?
Yeah.
They tried to help you?
Yep. And as soon as the other one finds out, or other clients, or your main pimp, or who you're with finds out, you got something like that, they take that away from you.
I've heard that before.
They take it away from you. Because they're scared, and because you're their property, you're their moneymaker. Yeah. They take that away. What income do they got? You're their work.
Now you have had.
They'll get rid of you.
You've had periods of sobriety throughout your life. What's the longest you've been sober?
I want to say 15 years.
Oh, I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. From what age to what age?
I want to say
you're 36 now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I think I only relapsed, like, I want to say 2-3 times from the age of, it would be 21 till last year.
Okay.
I only used a couple times.
Yeah. So how long have you been on this run? How long have you been using?
Since last June.
Okay. What triggered it? What was the triggering event that caused you to start using again?
Everything. I lost my dad, 2 kids.
I'm sorry.
And my sister. It was just one after another, and it just I couldn't handle it. I didn't want to live no more at all.
How did your kids pass away?
They're in an accident.
Oh, car accident. Oh. And your dad, old age?
My actually stepsister pulled the plug on him.
Oh. Okay. I'm sorry about those events, and that's what caused you to go down this road again. Mm-hmm. How did you get sober?
My kids.
On your own? Did you go to rehab?
No, I need my husband's help. I really did. I needed as much support as I could.
Yeah.
But I found rehabs don't work for me.
Yeah.
They don't.
So you did it on your own, huh?
Yes.
You ready to do it again?
I'm getting there. Yeah,
Yeah.
I am.
What is it going to take for you to finally decide that you want a different life?
Support.
Yeah.
Support from friends, close ones.
Do you have anybody that you talk to that's living a sober life, a healthy life?
A couple.
Yeah.
And we really don't keep in contact just because we're living two completely different lifestyles.
Do you know anyone that's used before that is sober now?
Yeah. I do.
Maybe get closer to them?
Yes, I do. I need to reach out to them.
You know, NA is not a bad place.
That I do agree with you. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
I've heard some wonderful stories from NA.
I need to check them out here. I really do.
You really need to. I could even go with you to a meeting if you want.
Okay.
Can you describe your typical day?
Okay. Let's see here. Getting up. If I'm up, say past it, you know what I mean? Because I can.
Wait, before you start. Okay, I was here a few weeks ago. At 5 in the morning to get on a plane, right? Mm-hmm. You were hanging out here at 5 in the morning. I came again last night and you're hanging out here at 5 o'clock. So describe your typical day and when you start and
okay, so I like because I love my pancakes. I love pancakes. I'm a pancake freak.
Yeah.
I'm getting up, making sure if I pass out, which I do sleep, and I do like to sleep. They don't keep me awake like how they used to anymore. Narcotics. Anyways, I'm getting up, getting something to eat. Get my fix first, and then something to eat because I can't eat if I'm sick. So making sure that I have I call it my medicine, making sure I have it, and then getting something to eat, and then getting ready, and I'm on the streets, nonstop on my feet.
Just on the streets?
Not working, just nonstop, and then I'll have maybe I'll have some breaks throughout the day and night, and I have that. It's getting my fix. Yeah. And freshening up a little bit, and eating, and then right back to it again. And that's typical.
That's your whole day?
That's it. Typical is chasing pretty much your fix, especially because of the withdrawals. I'm not trying to be sick, but with me now trying to get some shit together and in line. But that's my day. That's my typical day. You
know, unlike most of the girls I see here, every time I see you, you're always smiling and happy. Is that because you have an abundance of drugs on you?
No, I wish. I try to look at the positive life instead of the negative. And there's so much, we're in a world of so much hate and violence and negativity and bullshit, and misery. That's just not me. It's never been me. I've always been that bubbly, happy, smiley, when I look at the positive life, I look at the positive and the beauty, of life than the negative and the influence that it has, because there's too much of it already.
When you were younger, what kind of hobbies did you have? What were you good at?
Was there volleyball? Okay. Basketball, anything with sports. Love working with animals. Anything with animals, love.
Animals, okay. Do you still enjoy doing those things?
Yeah.
They still give you positive vibes, positive feelings?
Yeah. I love, my kids, that right there, my kids are my everything. I love kids.
What do you want to do for a job if the opportunity arises one day?
Working with animals.
All right, like what, a shelter or something?
So anything, anything with helping, with helping them or helping people, I like to help. Yeah. That feeling that you get from doing that, money can't buy.
Do you go to the animal shelter sometimes?
If I knew where one was out here, then yes.
Okay. You kind of answered this question already, but if you had different parents, do you think you'd be somewhere else in life? Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What kind of relationship do you have with your living relatives?
Don't.
Nothing? No?
Nothing. I'm literally out here by myself.
Can it be mended or is it done?
On my part, it can be mended.
Okay. They don't want nothing to do with you?
Nothing.
Because of the drugs?
Everything. I'm that black sheep of the family that's the way it is.
What's the best thing about your life right now?
Drugs?
Drugs. Your kids?
Yes.
There's some organizations out there, I gotta look it up, but they help rehabilitate felons and former drug addicts through therapy with animals. Have you heard of that?
I know, but I don't know, there's this one show on Discovery Channel
Yeah.
that I watched that kind of did something like that.
Well, when you get cleaned up, get some therapy, and you get on your feet, you could maybe apply to pet shop. You have a felony by any chance?
Yes.
How many?
Not a lot.
Are they violent felonies?
No.
Or drugs? Okay.
Drugs, I know I got an upcoming court date on one just from the other day.
Yeah. What are they for? What kind of charges?
The one coming up right now is possession.
Okay. Those can be expunged.
Yeah.
So no violent felonies?
No.
Can you describe severe withdrawals for us?
Oh. Huh. You want to be dead. Let's see here. All right. Throwing up on yourself, going into seizures, shitting on yourself, pissing on yourself, the shakes, sweats, feeling hot, feeling cold, chest pain, the anxiety. The withdrawals that I get are worse than a heroin addict and an alcoholic put together. And I wish I would have known that before I started.
What kind of advice do you have for young people wanting to get into the party life?
Just don't. It's gonna lead nothing but a lifetime of pain and scars, not only for you, but the people that love you the most. Just don't.
Great answer.
It's not worth it.
How about prostitution?
Don't. It's
How
not
does it damage
cool.
you?
It scars you. It scars you. It scars you for life. It's a pretty nasty day.
How does it damage your sex life with someone that you care about?
Oh yeah.
Does it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like work, and then you got to go home and
And then you got to hear the bullshit too.
Yeah.
Of you know what I mean, of the name calling and then putting you down and everything else.
Where would you like to see yourself in 2 years? In a perfect world.
This year, not using.
Yeah.
My other children around with me, and hopefully my family. What family I have left, and doing good and working and back to that 9-to-5 society, or you know what I mean, something like that.
Yeah.
That I would really like. Yeah, I really would. Because it's tiring. The streets really wear on you. Yeah.
It looks like you're ready to throw in the towel soon.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
I'm
You see
about
that
there.
little push.
Yep. I'm about there. I'm about there.
I wish you the best.
Thank you.
Who was your first celebrity crush?
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis?
Yeah.
What kind of movies did you like back in the day?
Western. Anything with John Wayne.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and then I've always been a night owl. So was it Saturday Night Live or not? What's that old dude?
Johnny Carson?
Yeah, it was Johnny Carson, and then there's another one.
Jay Leno or?
No, before Jay Leno.
Arsenio Hall?
What's his name?
Arsenio Hall?
No, he was white, bald head. It was really every night. David Letterman.
David Letterman.
David Letterman.
He's funny.
Yes. So that me and my granddad right there. Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
What's your best memories?
With my granddad.
Oh yeah, he was a good man?
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, what did he do?
He works in the military too.
Yeah.
Yep, and then retired.
He loved you?
Yes, very. Out of all the grandkids, he would say I'm his favorite.
Oh, you are a special person.
Thank you.
What kind of food do you like?
Everything. I love food. I'm a fat girl at heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. But pancakes are my favorite. Pancakes are my favorite.
Yeah. You go to IHOP? Yeah.
No, I used to, but I'll do Denny's and Mickey D's. Any, I don't care. Any pancakes.
What's the coolest concert you ever been to?
I've only been to 2. Ice Cube and ICP. So I would say the Ice Cube one.
You know, a lot of people are talking about ICP. I just remember them from Eminem discs a long time ago. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So their shows are good, huh?
Yeah, they're crazy.
Where'd you see Ice Cube at?
In Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake City?
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. In Salt Lake City. Of all places, there.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, what if you had
Kids
3
first.
wishes right now?
All right. My kids,
Okay.
my ex-husband to be alive.
Yeah.
Fuck. If I could rewind time and literally just go back almost 2 years ago.
So how many years ago?
2 years ago. Almost 2 years ago.
Before you fell off the wagon?
Yeah.
You can do it. Do you have like a strategy?
Somewhat.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
You want to detail it to us a little bit?
No, not.
Not right now?
Yeah.
But you have it in your mind?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a email account that you could share with us?
Yeah. Okay, Jessica Adley #1 @gmail.com.
Spell Adley?
A is in apple, D is in dog, Ley.
Okay.
With the #1 and then @gmail.com.
What is the outlook again for your cancer?
They gave me 6 to 8 months, so there is no.
And this was when?
This was last November, December.
And you haven't gone to get checked up to see what's going on?
In the past 6 months, when I did it 6 months ago, it's still, oh, you're doing a little bit better, but there's no dramatic.
But there's a chance that it could get significantly better?
Small.
Oh.
The percentage and what it would have to do, I would need a miracle from God. I would definitely need a miracle from God.
Do you believe in God?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
I wish you the best in your battle with this cancer situation. I'll be praying for you, okay?
Thank you.
And I'm going to be keeping in touch with you. And I'll let you know when your video goes up. You keep me updated on every situation, okay?
I will.
If you need a ride to the hospital or anything, I'm around for another week.
Okay.
Is there a chance you might want to go to the doctor?
Yes, definitely.
Which hospital do you go to?
I love Valley Spring.
Valley Springs, okay.
Yeah.
Let me know. I can take you there, or I have some contacts here in Vegas, even when I'm gone,
Okay.
that can take you. Well, Jessica, thank you so much for this interview. You're so sweet. Every time I see you, you're so caring, and you're always asking me if I need anything. Do you have any questions for me before I let you go?
No.
Everything's good?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll keep in touch.
Yes.
All right, and we'll keep in contact, and maybe we
Okay.
can do an update when you're
Yes.
sober.
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.